Hey friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Thursday, almost Friday. How you doing? How's your day going so far? Mine is just starting, and then I will be setting up my craft show for like forever today. Yeah, it's gonna take me all day. And I only have today. It opens tomorrow. So this craft show, we have one day of setup, which is normal for most shows. A lot of shows you set up that morning. I'm not able to do that. My setup is way too big for that. I would have to have helpers. And it's been a long day, long day. It's been a long time since I've done a show where I had to set up in the morning. Oh gosh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for me. I'm never ready. I always like to just tweak things in and take my time. I like to just enjoy the process. Anybody else? I love that about the craft shows that I can usually talk to my neighbor who's next to me. Anybody that wants to come up to my booth. These are all people I've known for over 30 years, pretty much. We've been doing craft shows forever. Yeah, we're old. We're seasoned. We know most of the things, but we're still learning things. Anyways, I get to do that today. All right, but I did pre-paint these. We're gonna make this, the basket, that goes in the basket. We're gonna make this little truck, and we're gonna make this little sign. So I have my samples from before, and now I'm gonna make one and show you how to do that. I always like to do a sample ahead of time so I can take pictures and all of that, and make sure it works. Get out any of the, if I need to make any changes, then I can do that before I get yours. Oh, hello. That's one of my many alarms to wake up. I don't know why. I even had one last night, 8 p.m. Imagine that. So, anyways, guys, how are you? Let me put you down to this cute project, and let me move stuff out of the way. And let's see. I'm just gonna turn these around so I can actually look at them as I'm painting, and I'll go in closer. So all we need to do is ink everything and glue it together. Okay. So that was the whole thing, is that I needed to oops, wrong one. I'm trying to hello. There we go. I was trying to scroll in on the wrong thing and it wasn't working. Okay, so I just needed to be able to do this quickly this morning since I have so much going on this morning. I have a few things I have to do before I leave. And but I wanted to do this with you guys so that I know a lot of you have already received your kit, so you need to know how to do everything, right? Just say hello if you're just hopping on so that I know who's here. And if you have questions along the way, go ahead and pop them in there. I did receive my mystery pack of my Chocator transfers, and per what I was told before, we're not supposed to show them to you guys yet. We're supposed to use them to get ready for the craft shows, but I don't know if anybody else has shown you the transfers. I'm gonna see if we can or not. So I'm not gonna be the one to show you the Chocator transfers before it's time, because I'll be the one that gets into trouble. You know that. So, anyways. I'm trying to share this to VIP, and I am having trouble finding it on my phone. I'm not even finding myself on my phone. There I am. It just said that I went live just now. Is that funny? Isn't that funny? That's how Facebook is. It just barely gave me a notification that I'm live. And I've already been live for 3 minutes and 56 seconds. So, anyways, guys, hey, I'm really happy to report that most of the packages are paid for. I had 2 more pay last night, so I think I'm down to I think I have 3 that haven't paid, maybe 4. So thank you so much. My husband's very happy to get stuff out of the living room. Very happy. All right. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Laura. Good morning. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Doris, my sister. Good morning, Miss Sarah. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Carrie. Good morning, Kimberly. Hi, Sandy. Mystery box. No, it's the mystery thing from Chocator. So the transfers. So the transfers for the new upcoming I have an oopsie launch. So designers were able to order a packet last month of the transfers and we couldn't see what it was. Okay, we have to, there's like a little oopsie there that stuck. I'm just going to have to get some black paint really quick and fix that. So anyways, it's a packet of, I think there's like 14 or 15 transfers in there. Sarah, was it your understanding that we weren't supposed to show people yet? That it was just so that we could get ready for the launch? Was that your understanding? I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be the one. I remember Angie specifically saying that this is for you to be able to get ready for the launch. It's not for you to show to your customers early. But there might be people out there showing the transfers. There might be. So I'm just kind of hanging in there. Stupid, you didn't remember to. Oh, you didn't remember to order? Oh no, Sarah. It's okay. It's okay, Sarah. They're really cute. They are really cute. I was hoping for a gingerbread transfer. There isn't one in this part of it. So, okay. All right. So let me just dry that really quick, since actually I can probably be fine with just inking the edges. So, yeah. That's how you got it too. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought. So I'm going to get projects ready for you guys. And just know that they're cute. I might show you like corners of it and things like that, because my upline has some great ideas for showing you guys parts of it and not all of it. So I might just give you a sneak peek that way, but not show you the whole thing. So, hey Shelly, how are you? Hi Holly. Hey Vicky, good morning. Hey Carrie, yours comes today. There's some really cute things in there. So I just have to be careful, because, you know, I'm the one that's going to get in trouble if something happens. Let me put myself in the corner, because that basket, I'm going to move that basket out of the way. All right. Darlene, go to the corner, Darlene. There we go. Hello. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to just start going together. Like I said, I'm kind of on a time crunch this morning because I have the craft show to set up for. This is my craft show in La Mesa at the community center. Hello. This doesn't want to open. And it's a biggie. It's one of my big successful shows. It's one that during COVID there was like a 2-hour wait to get in. Yeah. Or actually an hour wait to get in, and then almost 2 hours to check out. It was a long wait. So people love the show. It's also, the show is like 4 times a year. So we have spring, we have I'm sorry, is it 4 times a year? Is it 3? Now I'm confused. Now that I'm thinking of it, is it 4 times a year? Spring, September, and Thanksgiving. Is there a spring one too? A summer one too? I'm so confused. Anyways, if anybody's out there that knows, tell me. Oh my goodness, why do I really think there is one. There used to be a summer one. Anyways, for sure there's this one that's coming up, because I'm setting up today. And then it's also Thanksgiving weekend. So it starts the day before Thanksgiving, and it is the day after Thanksgiving. So okay, we're just gonna keep going. Yes. Yeah, so there's 3. So there's 3. But I thought there was a summer one too. So we have this one today. She used to have one in June. I don't know if she still has it in June. I'll have to go back and look. Is that funny? Isn't that funny how sometimes your memory just goes, did I do one in June? Did I do one in June? Okay, so I'm just going to do each of these projects by themselves. This is the little ghosts that go into the basket. So for Thanksgiving, we open the day before Thanksgiving. And then, of course, we're closed on Thanksgiving. And then we're open the day after Thanksgiving, which is crazy busy. The line is down the hall, out the door sometimes. Yep. And then she's open that Saturday, too. So this is a good one. And then she's also in charge of the show that used to be at the Del Mar Fairgrounds and is now in Escondido at the, I think it's Performing Arts Center. Is the name of the place. So that's next weekend. So back-to-back shows that she's in charge of. So I'm kind of excited kind of excited about that because it's a new location. And I don't mind new locations as long as it's with somebody that I know. If it was with somebody new, then I'm kind of iffy. You have a heart catheter on Monday and 2 of it. So oh my goodness, when you do and when you take stuff too, hoping to feel. Oh, I hope you do too. I hope you feel better. Hey Pam, how are you? Good morning. Prayers to all the people in Georgia. Oh my gosh, it's so sad, so very sad. I just don't understand how those things continue to happen. Because I mean, you guys know that we had one here when my daughter was in high school. I need to refill my packet for my Q-tips. So launch for regular people is on, I think it's the 9th. Is that what we decided the other day? Let me look and see. On the 9th. Yeah, on Monday the 9th? Is that what we decided the other day? The 9th or 10th. I told you I can't keep track. Oh gosh, yeah, it's so hard. Let me see. Tell me, was it the 9th? Hi Lisa, how are you? I have my people on here that keep me straight. You know what? Sometimes I'm so busy with everything that I don't get to look at all, or watch all of the, all of our leaders. Honestly, it's really hard when you work full time. You know, I have a lot on my plate right now. So I have my appointment next week. So I have a phone consultation for my sleep study next week, which is great. I'm glad they got me in that fast for the consultation. 10th. Thank you, Melissa. See, Melissa keeps track for me. Melissa, you are such a lifesaver. See, my sleep study's on the 9th. That's why the 9th keeps sticking out on my head. My sleep study, not my study, my sleep study appointment, which is my my consultation to see if I'm going to do a sleep study. Then I think it's going to be a while because my son actually is having the sleep study and his isn't scheduled till November. So because you know you take the machine at to your house, and so you have to wait until it's your turn. So there must be a lot of people that need to use those machines because his sleep study is not scheduled until November. So I'm imagining my sleep study probably won't be till December, which hey, maybe I'll be rested by then. My craft shows will be over and I will have been able to get some rest and maybe everything will have resolved itself by then. Maybe. Okay, I'm just inking like a little bit of details on there where the lines for the pumpkin would be. I don't think I did that on my other one, but I might go back and fix it. Which one? Let's see. Have an electrocardiogram at 7:45 this morning. Oh my goodness. The 10th of September this month. So the launch is this month. Yeah. Hi Deb, how are you? I know. Gosh, yesterday I just didn't feel good. I had to sleep. So there's times when you just have to let your body do what it needs to do. And yesterday was one of those days where I was like, I just need extra sleep. And I set my alarm. To wake up. Let me make sure I don't have any more alarms going off. That's why I have my 8 o'clock alarm. Because yesterday I laid back down and I was like, I'm going to wake up at 8 o'clock. Did I wake up at 8 o'clock yesterday? No, I didn't. So, because Tara gets here at 9, and I was like, if I wake up at 8, I can go clean up my mess that's in the laser room, so that she doesn't have to see all my messiness. When I work at night, sometimes I put stuff on top of her desk, and on top of her laser. You know, I'm just using it as a surface sometimes. Did I wake up in time yesterday? No, Darlene did not. So, yesterday morning when I woke up at 5:30, my normal wake up time, and I was like, I'm not gonna get up and do a Facebook Live. I'm too tired. I need extra rest. So I sent you guys a message, and then I went back to sleep, and I had my alarm set for 8 o'clock to get up. Nope. Next thing I hear, the dogs are barking, and it is 9 o'clock. So yesterday I slept until 9 o'clock. Okay, let's glue this together, but guess what we have to do? Oh no, I already did it. Make sure you paint this black. And I do need to do some little distressing lines on here too. Let me just get my little thing. Did you ever put the link for the white? No, I did not. I did not. I probably went in the other room and got a phone call from somebody for work. You know, that's the way my life is. So I didn't go back and figure it out, but I can, let me look now and see. Let me see if it's, let me see if the white is in stock right now. Let me take a look and see, because some days it'll be out and then the next day it will be available. Okay, so Versa Magic, I like this one, Versa Magic, and it is the, what's the color? Cloud White. Cloud White. Okay, so Cloud White, and we'll see if it's still out of stock. Okay, so it's not showing me the little dewdrop ones didn't pop up. Let me see if I can, because these are different. Okay. No, they're out of stock still. They are still out of stock. So these ones aren't available, but there's other white ones that you can get. I just happen to like that one. There's other white ones that you could look up and that you could get. So, okay, let's glue this together. I'm just going to stand up so I get it aligned properly. There's a lot of little pieces. Okay, the ghost goes there. Make sure this little tab is sticking out at the bottom, okay? Make sure he's lined up at the top, that his head's lined up, and then just kind of press it down into place. Okay, and then there's shoes. Here's how it's going to go. There's shoes. No, this goes over the top, but this is how it's going to go. That goes over the top of it because there's those shoes. All right, so now let's glue this on. Sorry, guys. That's my life. That is my life. That is my life. All right. So this goes right here. And see how I painted that part black because it's going to show through this. Okay. So there's score lines there so you can see where that goes. And these feet are going to go a little bit below the bottom because it's going to help hold this onto the basket. Okay, so that goes like that. And then you have some little spacers here. I'll show you. So on the ghost itself, on the little ghost, it says 1. Okay, these spacers say 2 because it just gives it height for the shoes so that, oops, do it the right way, Darlene. So that these help hold this onto the basket. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there and that there. Sorry, and I'll look at comments in a second. Can't do both. And there's hands too. So there's eyeballs. We're gonna do all our eyeballs. Okay. But I did paint everything. So black, white, spiced pumpkin. You got one at Hobby Lobby. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Is this truck the regular one? This truck is not the regular truck. This is the regular truck. That's the size. Okay, so this is the regular size truck. See how big it is? This is the truck that goes with the kit. Okay, there's a big difference. Yeah, this truck is just, and it's all glued together. I don't do these so that they're removable. Some people do theirs so that they can pull them out, but I don't. I just glue mine together because I'm going to sell mine at the craft show. So if you want to do yours so that you can remove the pieces and you can put other things in there, because some people have painted up other little things to go in theirs, you can do that. You just have to paint it a certain color. You would paint it like probably black instead of like this one's going to be is purple. So if you are going to have it where you want to change things out, then you will just do it so that it's a base, like a basic color. That makes sense. That's what I want to say. A basic color, not a purple, not a green. Just like probably black. If you're going to do it where it's changeable, you would do it black or blue or red. Okay, get the eyeballs on. I wanted to do this one first because this needs to dry before you put it on the basket. You don't want to just put it on there with it wet because you might accidentally have it attached to your basket and not be changeable. So, okay, I did get all the gingerbread stuff. I gave you the sneak peek last night on my little video. I got everything cut out, got my samples cut out so we can do a project tomorrow. And then also, what else did I do? I got everything posted. There also was a star ornament that I posted that's a Santa and a snowman. Okay, there we go. So let's just set that to the side and go ahead. We'll do this. We can do this one next. And what I did here, so I just taped it off. I used my blue painter's tape in the center and taped off the center one. And I painted this and painted that. And then I let it dry. And then I put blue painter's tape down here and blue painter's tape here so I could paint the center. Oh, yeah, no problem at all, Pam. No problem. I know it can be confusing. Yeah, this is like this small mini truck. Okay, so let's ink all this stuff. So we're just going to use the regular inker on this because we're not going to do the black with the white ink because we're doing other colors dark. So what you need to do in the center part here, I just take my Q-tip and I just go across, just kind of put a line right there. So Q-tips are great for spreading the ink like this. Otherwise, you're trying to use your ink pad and it doesn't always give you a straight line. So these little pointy Q-tips, they're just the little pointy makeup Q-tips. When I search for them, I just search for pointy Q-tips and they pop up. And I buy like 1,000 or 2,000 at a time. And it lasts me a few months and then I get more. Okay, so get your little line there. So I know it's hard for you to see, but maybe you can see right there. Just do a little line. I'm not gonna ink these things. Did I do that? Oh, I did a little bit of inking on it. Okay, I will. And I put polka dots on here, but I'm gonna do one without polka dots. I don't think I have to do polka dots. Let me give you the link for this. If you haven't ordered your kit yet, you can order this kit. So this is our monthly kit, and everything is together. I know some people want things separately. We don't do anything separately the first month. Okay, so I might separate out things because people wanted the Frankenstein and all of that separate. I cannot like say you can have this and you can have that on the kit. It's the whole kit and caboodle. It's all on one great big sheet of wood. Okay, so my wood that goes into my laser is 20 inch by 32 inches. So for this kit, it takes an entire sheet to do my monthly kits. That's how I plan it out. I plan it out so everybody, when I'm doing each kit for each person, it takes one of those. And this one actually takes that and just a little bit extra. You know how you always kind of have pieces, Sarah, that from a piece of the 20 inch by 12 inch wood that's like there's extra on the side. This kit takes a little bit, like two pieces of this go on to the little strips. So it's kind of good to use up little scraps. But I cut lots of kits. I have 7 kits on the shelf in there that Tara's going to be mailing out this morning to people. Yeah, so there's 7 ready to go. And then I'm sure she'll cut some more, whatever orders come in. But those are ready to go. Pretty much, I know Janine has 2 orders in there. So she has several of those. And we're pretty much caught up. There was like 3 orders that didn't get processed yesterday. That was it. Everything else is really caught up. So I'm really happy about that. Because when I'm not here, I don't want it to be overwhelming for Tara. She's going to be here by herself. I'm going to be setting up at the craft show. I don't have extra helpers anymore to set up the craft show. When I used to have my daughter-in-law Taylor here, she would come and she would help me and haul stuff and all of that. No, it's all on me. It's all on me. Yep. What I do have is my daughter has been painting stuff for me, which is great. I have lots of containers of base coated ornaments. And some of my ornaments, I have like 24 of them waiting there just to ink the edges and glue them. So that's like a 2-hour process for each little bundle of them. So I'm excited about that. Oops, oopsie, oopsie. Okay, and you know what I didn't do? Oh, here it is. I was like, I didn't bring my jute in. There it is. There it is. Okay, so let me put the jute on this. This is for the basket. So just fold your jute in half and thread it through. And this says just here for the booze. I used spiced pumpkin on this. The purple that I used on here was lavender, and then the green is the light Hauser green. So black and white, light Hauser green. I'll just tell you. So I just base coated to save time because I have to be somewhere this morning. I have to go and set up my craft show. So I don't have a ton of time. Can I just tie it like that? And we can go ahead and put this on the basket now. So I made another basket. I have a double-sided basket. I do take these to the craft show and sell them like this. And I do tell them that they're removable, that you can put other things in there. So it just slides in. There's a little notch right there. These are double-sided. There's a little notch and it just slides. The feet, so that was where I wanted to make sure that everything was where it's supposed to be, because the feet just go up over this. Okay, so sometimes when you have something that has a bunch of little things, you just kind of have to wiggle it into place. And then I'm going to have this so it kind of hangs right there. I'm going to take a piece of my blue painter's tape. I've spent hours putting jute, beads, and bows on ornament. Yes, it's very time consuming. I know, it's a labor of love. I tell you, you never get it out of there. Can you cut 12-inch interchangeable round and different pieces? We cut everything. So whatever's on the website is what we cut. Yeah. We have so much. If you go to the website, you will see everything that we have. We probably have a lot of things that like you're talking about. We can cut 12-inch. We can cut 10-inch. The laser bed is 32 inches wide by 20 inches tall, so we can cut up to 20 inches. Is it 20 inches? Yeah. So we can cut 20-inch circles. We usually cut like 18-inch circles is what we usually do. Okay, so that's how that goes. I always put a little piece of tape there. I don't want it just hanging down. I want it to be where it's going to stay. Okay, so why is it... Of course, I put the tape just a little bit skewampus there. There we go. Okay, so there, that's how that fits in. Now this is just hanging on the back, but who's gonna see the back? Nobody. Okay, so that one's done. All right, and then we have this. So that's all glued on there. There's a little bit of glue. I'm gonna just get out the side, and there we go. A little bit right there, and then this goes on the back. Okay, so this is a little stand that goes on the back. I'm just going to scooch this over here. So this part goes on first, and then that glues in there. Okay. All right, that goes right there. And then this just goes in this center, and then we'll just set that to the side. It can be drying. There's always a little bit of glue that oozes out when Darlene does it. I always make a little bit of a mess. Always. Oh my goodness. Okay. You can count on it. I usually will go like this and make sure that it's not too angled. Okay, so let me just make sure. Okay, that's perfect right there. And then I'm just going to set it to the side, and we're going to do the truck. Okay, so here's the truck and all the pieces. I did glue the base together so it could start to get really sturdy for me. Okay. And take all my pieces off. I need to do eyeballs on my ghosts. These ghosts don't have little pieces for their eyeballs. It was pretty small, so I decided that, guess what? I'm just going to paint them on. So I have a little bit of black paint. I use a stylus. But let's ink the edges on that first so that we can just get that done. We'll ink the edges first. And then I can do the eyeballs. I probably don't have to do the bottom because it's not going to show. So that's good. This project's going together quickly because I did pre-paint. So the purple's lavender, And which you can do it any color you want. If you don't want a purple truck, that's fine. But I just think it's kind of cute for Halloween, the purple. I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, so I did my inking there. I'm going to take a stylus, and I'm just going to paint my eyeballs on with a stylus. Just going to dip it into the black paint, and then just paint little ovals. It is scored there, so you can see where those eyeballs are supposed to be. It does show through the white paint. Okay, so it's pretty easy for you. It doesn't have to be exactly an oval, okay? Remember when we were kids and we all of a sudden needed a costume, and Mom would grab a white sheet and say, "You're a ghost." And she cut eyeballs. I'm just thinking of that. I'm thinking, here's 3 little kids that their mom was like, "Okay, guys, you guys are all going to be ghosts." And she cut eyeballs in her sheets. So they don't have to be perfect. All right. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to set that to the side, and it can be drying while we're inking everything else. Anybody else? Were you a ghost? I probably was a ghost at least one time, but my mom probably wouldn't have cut up a new sheet. It had to be an old sheet. It probably was a flowered one too. I don't know. We always had some type of cute costumes. We figured it out. Somehow we did. Somehow we figured it out. And those plastic masks that we used to have, holy cow, I remember that. They were not fun to try to breathe out of. I remember taking them off almost immediately. It's like it was so cute, and we loved going and looking at the costumes at the local store. I don't even remember what stores were around back then. It's been so long. So long. I lived in Utah at that point, and there was a really neat store that was close to us, and my mom would let us just look on the Halloween costume aisle while she went and shopped through the whole store. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, the name of it. Anyways, okay. You guys probably wouldn't know. You probably wouldn't know. Okay, I'm going to do white on these tires so that they show. Okay, see how I painted this? I just painted the tires black, and the rest of it is purple. And you don't have to paint right here. There's going to be a bumper. So, but the rest of this is purple. So go ahead and do your purple on the rest of purple. The rest of this is done with the darker ink. So the ink that I like to use is, it's from, well, it says Memento Luxe. I don't know the actual brand. And it is Espresso Truffle. And I get it off of Amazon. I'll show you the lid. I've been using it with scrapbooking forever. Forever and ever and ever. The plastic masks and did the parades at school. Yes, exactly. Yes, they were the worst, those plastic masks. They were terrible. And they crinkled. Yeah, they were really bad. We're going to have to dry those eyeballs. They're not drying very fast. Yeah, they were. So, not the rubber masks. Back when I was a kid, they were those plastic crinkly ones. Yeah, not fun. Not a fun thing. And my friend always had like the bestest costume. She just, they had more money. I don't know. And her mom was really creative. She probably would sew. Some people sewed costumes. I remember sewing costumes for my kids one year. It was the last year I did it. My daughter was Belle, and I did this wonderful Belle costume, and then my son was, oh gosh, is Fievel, is that like, for some reason that's sticking out in my head, Fievel. Oh gosh, it's been so long, but it was with fur. The face part was fur. Oh my goodness. But my daughter had the most beautiful Belle costume. It took me forever. Yeah, it probably got ripped the first time around the block. And they used to go around the block more than once. Yep. Okay, I'm going to dry the eyeballs. Those were the days. Exactly. All right, get those eyeballs dry. I always like watching Charlie Brown, the Halloween the Halloween one is just so funny. I got a rock. I got a rock. Oh my goodness. Okay, the center of this eyeball is not done, and then for some reason there's like a little oopsie there. I need to just grab some white paint because I am going to take this directly to my craft show. So I'm going to fix, there's like, I don't know what I did. Who knows? Who knows? Let me just take a little bit of white paint to fix that oopsie, and then we'll dry that. So one year I wanted to hand out stickers. I thought, well, this is really cool. I had some really cute things, some stickers and some other little things. And my son-in-law made fun of me and told me that our house was going to get egged. I'm like, no, kids love stuff like that. Hi, Cindy. How are you? We're assembling the last pieces of a monthly kit. Just getting it done because I have to go set up the craft show. So I'm in La Mesa at the, I got glue. Okay, perfect. At the community center this weekend. So if you're free, come see me. Okay, that's gonna go there, and then the license plate's over. It says spooky. License plate says spooky. Actually, I should just use this. So opens tomorrow, 9 to 5, and then 9 to 3 on Saturday. And it is, it's over by the baseball fields. You know where the community center is? Is that Memorial Drive? I think that's Memorial. I need to post the flyer. I have it on my phone. I need to just post the flyer. I think it's Memorial Drive. Yeah. I haven't posted the flyer yet. Why? Why haven't you posted the flyer yet, Darlene? I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit busy. Yesterday was super busy for work, getting month-end stuff done, stuff reconciled, you know. Just always a lot. I love my job. My job is always busy. It's never boring. It is never boring. Yeah, it's not the one by Hobby Lobby. No, it's down the street from there. So the one by Hobby Lobby is the St. Luke's. It's the other one. It's the one down the street by the baseball field. So sorry. I'm like so messy. I'm always messy, guys. Why? Why is Darlene always messy? It's just, you know what? I was born with that messy gene. I just can't help it. It was born in me. That messy crafting gene. I'm never afraid to get my hands dirty. I was the same way with my kids. I didn't care if they were out there playing in making mud pies. It cleans up. I've always wanted my kids to have fun, and I was never worried about them getting dirty. And also, when I had my daycare, we would do projects where the kids would just get filthy. I always had changes of clothes that I could change my daycare kids out and wash their clothes. Because I think it's important for people to be able to make messes and not worry about it. Okay, there's that. Okay, I'm going to press everything down, make sure everything's in place. We are going to put this into the base. Hopefully it's not going to sag. I do need to glue. Most crafters are messy. Yes, I hope so. I think it's just in my genes. Literally, it's in my genes. Literally. Okay, got to plug in my hot glue gun because I am going to glue the back on this. Okay, so we made this, and I didn't do polka dots on this one. Which do you like best? Did you like it with or without the polka dots? Sometimes I think that the polka dots are just too busy. This was my sample. Say, hey Chris, how are you? And hi Cynthia, how you doing? Okay, we got this done. All right, so these are the final pieces for our kit. This is the cute kit. Let me just, okay, hello. Let me just try to take this off of there. Oop. There we go. So this is the whole kit. This is the whole kit and caboodle. Everything in this kit. So for $40, you get all of that. But if you are brand new, you need to buy the basket. And You like it with polka dots better? I think I'm going to leave one without. I do, the polka dots were easier to do before putting on the letters. So I think I'll leave one without. Anyways, that's everything. Oops, come on. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to glue it into the base. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the tires, and then I'm going to, as soon as my hot glue gun is heated up, I'll glue the back part. I always have glue that I need to get off. Just kind of get this in here, and then, come on, you can do it. Sometimes it, and my light just moved. That's why you need to wait. Darlene, that is why you need to wait until it's all dry. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to clean up the glue that's on the front part. There's always a little bit of glue that seeps out. I'm going to grab a Q-tip and clean that up. All right, and then I will, see, I made a mess. I made a mess when I was pushing down on that. Here we go. Okay, so make sure I'm straight. Okay, I will put some glue right at the back here as soon as my hot glue gun gets heated up, which will be in just a moment. Okay, guys, I'm going to pop you up to myself. I do have places to go today. Got to go get that craft show set up. You can come and help me. All right. Okay, let me put you to me. And so we have, here's our other one that we had from before. So I always end up with 2 of everything in my kit. I will put price tags on these. All of this will be sold at my craft show. Yay. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow we will work on some of the new stuff. Let me see if it uploaded. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. So excited about all the new gingerbread stuff. Because you know gingerbread is my jam. And it did not upload. Oh, but the cute little Santa and snowman stars did. I can show you those. So those are coming. Those are coming. Here they are. So these ornaments will be coming this week. Aren't they sweet? There will probably be a gingerbread and a penguin and all of that also. But for right now, there is a snowman and a Santa. Thanks, sis. Thank you. All right, guys, let me put you back to me. All right, I love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. Tomorrow's Friday. I will be here in the morning. Yes, I do have to be at my craft show, but it doesn't open till 9. So I will be able to do my project tomorrow, and then Saturday, we're going to wing it. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'll be able to do it before I have to go, because I have to haul the trailer and all of that fun stuff. It's always joyful. Because we have to tear down on Saturday, so I have to drop off all my boxes. It's always like a little bit of a nightmare, and find a place to park my truck with my trailer. It's always fun. Okay, love you guys. Hope you have